if you're talking nonsense, then you lose your mind.
I had to get out of Hollywood, get back to the trenches. They said they need me. Little Fish.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of In the Trenches. I'm Reagan Ketchum. Joined by me is Siam Owen, and we need to get to Week 10 of the NFL because it was one of the weirdest weeks I have seen in a while. A lot of people have seen in a while.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it? Because I mean, for me, it was just like kind of like, all right, we were at this point in the season, and this kind of took a turn. Are some of these teams gonna fall off?
I mean, a lot of things like that I just didn't expect to happen. I mean,
Yeah.
the Dolphins beating the Colts.
Yeah.
Never would have seen that. The Titans winning with Mahomes back.
Yeah, I mean, Mahomes played great
Yeah.
and everything, but let's dive into the recaps. That's actually the first one we have. Chiefs 32, Titans 35. Big upset here. Patrick Mahomes looked like Patrick Mahomes, even coming off a knee injury. I wasn't expecting 400 passing yards from him, but I mean, bitch, he did that.
He did it. He
So,
went and got it then.
Yeah. I think the biggest storyline from this whole game was actually the fact that we know what the Chiefs' weakness is. It's been their weakness past years. It's that defense.
Yeah.
From anything from the run game to the pass game. I mean, it just looks like some weeks they're on, and other weeks they are way off. And this week this was one of the weeks where I thought they were way off.
And we touched on that. Like their defense is gonna have to like step it up.
Yeah. I know they had the Honey Badger back there, but they need somebody else.
Yeah.
The good thing is they still got Mahomes. I mean, you can't count them out simply because of how good this offense is, and the run game needs to get picked up a little bit more, simply so there's longer possessions. They keep their defense off the field because that's right now. I mean, they're scoring at such a high rate. Even when they had Matt Moore, they were scoring at such a high rate. So we kind of like you know that the defense has to.
Yeah.
Defense is going to have to win them games.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. I mean,
It's
they're gonna have to
close
at least
games.
close games contribute.
Yeah. But I mean, Derrick Henry, 180 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. He looked like a man amongst little boys out there.
Tannehill didn't play that awful.
Yeah, he
did his job.
did his job, and I think that's something that Mariota couldn't do.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that Titan fans are all over the country are very, very happy about because with Mariota they're good, and then other games it was like, dude, why the hell did we draft this guy? This guy stinks. Tannehill, he's always been somebody who would come in, he'd play great for like 9 games, get hurt, and then it'd be like, oh, what's next for Tannehill? But those 9 games he played, he was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a shocker. I thought there were some questionable calls throughout the whole game.
I mean, officiating this week was
heinous as always. But I mean, hats off to the Titans. Like you can't no one thought they were going to win this game, and yet they say, all right, yeah, come to Tennessee, Music City. Listen to the music. All right. Next up, we got the Saints and Falcons, another shocker of a game. This was really, really a shocker. No touchdowns for the Saints.
Yeah, which is nuts.
I don't know. Teddy Bridgewater, where you at? Come back. Nah, I'm kidding.
I mean,
I'm
they still
kidding.
got Drew Brees.
Yeah. Just an off game.
None of their offensive players really did much. Kamara didn't really do much.
Michael Thomas gets it done as always. He's
he's just disgusting.
an MVP candidate in my opinion. He's on pace to shatter the record and is on pace for like the 5th highest receiving yards in a season, and that's with 7 games left. The Saints team is very, very good. I think maybe it was just a trap game, an off game. It's a division opponent. But I don't want to go overboard and say that
it was one
they're
game.
toast. It's whatever. I mean,
I'm sure we can see them in the playoffs, and come playoff time, I mean, they're going to be ready.
yeah,
so.
they're definitely going to want revenge after last year.
Yeah.
The Falcons, though, I mean, hey, like you're 2-7, or you were 1-7 going into the game. You said, like, screw it, let's just like get it done. And that's simply what they did. They controlled the ball. I mean, 20 carries from Brian Hill. Like, Devonta Freeman wasn't in there, missing a lot of players. Austin Hooper went down. I mean, the Falcons for this is kind of confidence boost. Say, okay, like we haven't had the best season, but I mean, we still have personnel around us where we can beat these big teams.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What game we got next? We got Dolphins Colts. Quickly, just gonna touch on this one. Dolphins win 16-12.
I mean, I honestly didn't see it coming at all.
Dolphins,
yeah, like
man.
what the hell is going on?
Don't let them get hot. Don't let those boys in Miami get hot. Cause shit, they'll knock your season. They'll end your season real quick.
Yeah, they're season to lose because they have nothing to lose.
They got nothing to lose. They got Fitzmagic, and
Yep.
that man doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
He'll
he doesn't care at
sling
all.
the rock, and that's what he's known for. He's probably gonna throw 5 picks next game.
It's magic, baby. Come
Yeah,
on.
but I mean that's tough for the Colts. I think it really shows how much they need Jacoby Brissett. He's, I mean, he is a huge role to this team.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly they were 5-2 and then he got hurt. They lost in Pittsburgh. Now they lost to the Dolphins at home.
Yeah, and you have Brian Hoyer throwing 3 picks, which just can't happen against the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's definitely not it. But, I mean, shout out to the Dolphins for fighting for everybody saying, like, I want out. Well, the guys that are there right now say, all right, we're here. Let's do what we can do. And, I mean, kudos to them.
All power to them.
Not throwing in the towel and looking forward to 9 draft picks in the first round next year.
Yeah, for real.
Next up, gotta give it to the boys in Pittsburgh. Come on now. Steelers beat the Rams 17-12. Damn, felt good.
I mean,
5-4.
I'm gonna say, I mean, your defense is popping
Elite.
off right now.
Elite right now.
TJ Watt's a beast.
Yup.
Devin Bush.
And then Savage.
Minka is
Savage in the
disgusting.
secondary. Minka. This is back to Steeler football. Their defense is clicking on all cylinders. Their offense is, all right, not the best, but I mean, we get the job done. I'm excited to see James Conner come back, to see that ground and
that'll
pound
be big,
football
for
game
sure.
again, take some pressure off Mason. But fourth quarter, they needed to go down. They needed to get points because it was 14-12. Mason drove him down on a nice long 60-yard drive, kicked a field goal, and then let the defense do the rest of the work.
Yeah, and they did.
Another big thing with the Steelers is they have to be able to, when they get the ball back with 1:30 and the team has 3 timeouts, getting a first down, because I really hate kicking it to the other team and giving them another chance. So they figured those things out. I mean, they have a very, very promising schedule coming up. They've got the Browns tomorrow night, Thursday night that is. The Bengals, and then the Browns again. So all winnable games. It would be very nice to see them be sitting at 8-4. But hey, 1 week at a time. Trap game this week. Don't come in fucking lackluster and fucking botch
Come in
it.
prepared.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
That would be buns. But that's what Mike Tomlin's known for. But he's really turned this team around. Do you have anything to say on it?
I mean, on the Rams side, I mean, I kind of I don't really know what to think about the Rams. I mean, they were obviously very good last year. I just don't think they got this year. I mean, obviously, like, they're still good. I don't know if I can see them, like, getting to the Super Bowl, though.
Definitely not. Right
how
now,
good
they're
the
not
NFC
even,
is.
with how good the NFC is, they're not even in contention to make it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, Jared Goff is, I think, a little overrated.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, he didn't-
He's clearly needs a run game to be good.
Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of all I got really about the Rams.
I must say that the Rams' offensive line, they got to bring in more guys.
Yeah, they need to.
Because last year, watching the game Sunday, they were like, last year Jared Goff had the most time to like throw in the pocket, and now he's like third, like fewest, least amount of time in the pocket this year. So they definitely need to bring back an offensive line. And Gurley. He does not look the same.
Yeah, I don't know what's good with him. He needs to figure it out.
Yeah, he definitely does. I know they have other backs. Darrell Henderson, the rookie this year. They got Malcolm Brown. Like, you got to put other people in, I think. I don't think you can just rely on Gurley when he clearly isn't 100%. Hasn't been all year. He's had like a very touchdown dependent person.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah, for
touchdown
sure.
dependent person, especially in fantasy. I have him, it sucks. But, oh well. All right, next up, Packers-Panthers. First snow game of the year, pretty hyped to see.
Yeah, it looked miserable.
Packers pulled out 24-16 on a goal line stop against the best running back in the NFL.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I mean,
and I mean, McCaffrey also just played very well that game too.
as
Still,
always,
weather didn't matter.
yeah. I mean, he's really good. Kyle Allen looked like he looked pretty good again.
Yeah, he didn't look horrible.
I knew he had a pick or two.
I think he only won. He played. I mean, still had over 300 yards. He did get sacked 3 times though, which I mean, as a team, you don't want your rookie quarterback getting sacked that many times.
Yeah, but
so
I mean, not horrible.
yeah, I mean, not horrible. I mean, it was still just. I think it was just a pretty good game overall.
It was. I was excited to see like the fact that Kyle Allen had the had it in him, just trying to drive him down, give him a chance.
Yeah.
I know there was a 4th down PI call, but I mean he gave him a chance. They decided to take it out of his hands and put it in the best player on their team's hands, and
Yeah.
unfortunately it didn't work out the way they wanted it to. But I mean, if I was an NFL coach and I had McCaffrey in my backfield, I'm handing him the damn ball. I don't care
Yeah,
how
I mean, it
much
doesn't
time's
matter who
left.
it is. That's
Um,
don't do what the Seahawks did.
yeah, don't run a slant at the 1 with the best running back in the league.
Kind of to the Packers side though, Aaron Jones balled out.
Again, this
He
guy's.
is wet.
I mean, pick your poison. You want to stop the run. All right, Aaron Rodgers got it. You want to stop the pass. Okay, give it to Aaron Jones on the goal line.
Yeah.
I mean, as simple as that.
Devontae Adams had a very productive game.
Yup, I think he's fully back, healthy now. He had it last week, kind of just to run a lot of routes. I mean, get
Yeah, I
back
think he's back.
back into it, but he's back. I mean,
Yeah.
we knew what he was at the beginning of the year. I'd never questioned that he wasn't going to come back and produce, but he came back, produced, and I love to see it. Another fantasy player. All right, moving on. We have the Vikings 28 and the Cowboys 24. A great Sunday night game. Unfortunately, I only stayed up for half of it because I was very, very tired. But, I mean, I watched the highlights. I listened to things about it. I mean, this was a great game.
It was a good game.
I'll talk Cowboys.
Yeah, go for it.
So Dak Prescott, very, very good against good teams, very bad against bad teams, from what I've noticed and a lot of people around the league have noticed. So that's a good problem to have with the Cowboys, I think, because simply I think they're a very talented team. I mean, Amari Cooper is a dog, an absolute dog.
They got good players. They got him, Randall Cobb.
Michael Gallup,
yeah.
I mean, he's a hell of a number 2 wideout. And, oh yeah, he didn't have a great game, but Zeke, like, we can't forget him. I think the Vikings did a great job scouting him.
Yeah,
honestly.
no, definitely. I mean, it was just a good game overall. The Vikings did, I mean, Dalvin Cook is just
Beast.
insane.
Absolute beast.
Kirk Cousins played pretty well.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk, baby. Yeah, I mean, I think overall it's a good game.
Yeah. I mean, they went into Dallas and won without Thielen.
Yeah, which
They're clear number 1 wideout, which is really kind of crazy how they did that and pulled it off.
yeah.
I got to apologize to Kirk Cousins. I was pretty hard on him at the beginning of the year, and
He hasn't been playing too bad.
I mean, he's been playing really well, actually, I think. And I want to see him continue to do it. But if he goes into a big game and plays shitty, I might chirp him a little bit. But I mean, yeah, he's getting it done right now, and having Dalvin Cook in the backfield with you,
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
Vikings defense looked really good. I mean, this was just a great game. Very even. It could have went either way. Excited to see these 2 teams possibly play again.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
could see them in the playoffs playing against each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
All right, next up, a very, 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 very competitive game on Monday night.
This is so
Seahawks
nerve-wracking
27, 49ers 24, an OT victory for Seattle. I mean, this game was
This game was just nuts.
nuts the entire way through.
So many fumbles, so many like drop passes.
Yeah, it's a lot of little things that teams
yeah,
did wrong,
and
and
then
the
just,
other
like-
team goes, "Okay, you're gonna mess up. Well, I'm gonna take advantage."
Yeah.
And I think that's how you
And
know these are both sick teams.
I honestly thought from the get-go when the 49ers were up 10-0, I was like, well, there it is. They're going to just start dominating us. They're at home. They have the momentum. But, I mean, Jadeveon Clowney, that fumble
Yeah.
recovery. And then, I mean, it's fucking we got Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
the man
why-
is just, he wins.
Yeah, that's why when it was 10-0, I was.
Yeah. I mean,
All right, I mean, it's what, 2-possession game. I mean, your
Yeah.
offense looks pretty good, but you're capitalizing off Seattle's mistakes. They stop making them, and boom, look at that.
yeah. I will say, though, 5 sacks isn't ideal.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, that defense, though, dude. like-
Yeah, I mean, granted, the defense did do really well. And, I mean, also, on the flip side, our defense also got 5 sacks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you win some, you lose some. Chris Carson, pretty productive day.
Mm-hmm.
He got a touchdown. DK Metcalf, I think, is disgusting. And then this dude, Jacob Hollister, just kind of came out of nowhere.
Russell Wilson
had
loves
this-
his tight ends, man.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, I know obviously we just signed Josh Gordon, which is kind of a huge acquisition.
Made some big plays.
He didn't really do. He only had 2 catches, but they were both. I know one was in overtime, which was a huge play.
Both on third down.
Yeah, both on third down.
So that trust, I feel like is already there. I
Yeah.
mean, you're throwing in OT, you're throwing a third down to your
I mean-
brand new wideout that you got a week ago. Like,
Yeah,
Two
once
weeks
he learns
ago.
the routes, I think he'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah.
One thing that did worry me though, Tyler Lockett went out with an injury, but from what I've heard, it sounds like he'll be fine.
yeah, it was just a leg contusion. Got
Yeah.
really swelled up, but
So-
supposedly he'll be back after the bye week against Philly for
Yeah.
that shootout. 49ers, good. I think this is going to be a great game. I think we're 100% going to see it in the playoffs again. I'm Jimmy G, pretty good. He played very, very well. I think 2 of his picks were off like tipped,
Yeah.
or just right through the breadbasket of his wideouts.
Yeah, his
Like,
wideouts were botching.
yeah, they were
weren't catching
botching.
much.
Manuel Sanders went down with a rib injury. He's week to week for the rest of the season, which is pretty big. I think he's going to be like, oh, we play, I don't know. Oh, we play the Cardinals. He should play.
Yeah.
Oh, we play the Bengals. No, or
Yeah.
what? Something like that. Bigger, better the team. Sanders will be out there on the field. Do you think this game would go differently if George Kittle was playing?
Yeah, in a sense, I don't know if the outcome would be different, but I think that I don't know. I mean, I don't know to be honest. I think I don't know. I don't want to go against my own team, but
I think it would have been different.
he definitely is going to help. I mean, we'll
Yeah.
see. They play us in the last game of the year in Seattle,
I know
so
it'll
we'll
be a
see.
good one in Seattle. I think there's gonna be a lot on the line for that one.
A lot.
A lot on the line.
I think it's going to be. I think for Seattle, it's going to be a wild card spot.
I mean,
We'll see though.
if the Niners lose one more, shit, fucking Seahawks are on top of the division because they
Yeah.
hold the tiebreaker.
yeah,
So
we'll see.
that's gonna come down to the wire. That's gonna be very, very fun to watch. That'll be a prime time game.
Yeah.
Probably 8:20 game Sunday night. You know what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So 10 weeks down. Let's get into who will win each division. First off, we have the AFC East. I think I'm going to take the Patriots clearly. Who do you have winning this division?
Patriots.
I mean, let's not even.
not even
I know we don't want to
last
waste your time on this one. The Patriots are winning that division. Next up, we have the AFC West. Who do you think's going to win that one?
I mean, I think the Chiefs are kind of like. I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Yeah.
I think that they're kind of the hands down right now. I guess
I would.
I wouldn't say hands down, but I mean they're
They have the
They gotta
most.
go.
They should.
yeah.
They should win. If they don't, I think that's going to be honestly very disappointing. Simply because I want to see Mahomes in the playoffs again.
Yeah.
Because that man, he's a bad man,
Yeah,
and
he's tough.
I think they figure a couple things out. That defense shows up, like we said, like I mean, that offense is good enough to lead them to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll win it though, because defense wins championships, and I don't think they have that defense to win a championship. But
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. All right, next up we have AFC North. Ravens, baby.
Yeah, I think the Ravens got that one. Lamar's disgusting. He's so good. I think the Ravens are taking that one, I'm telling you. But, I mean, I know you got...
2 games back. As much as I want to say it, Ravens are going to win that one. Steelers they're gonna be up there, but I don't think they're going to win it this year. Too slow of a start. But love to see the changes going through. Next up, AFC South. I got the Texans.
Yeah, I was either going to go between the Texans and the Colts.
I think the Texans. I don't know. I just think their offense is too good. And, I mean, they have a better defense. Especially, we don't know how long Brisket's going to be out. If Brisket stays out one more game.
Yeah.
And, oof, that would be a tough.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Tough go for the Colts. I mean, everything's so hype about Jacoby, and then he's just done for a while. Like, that stinks. But I don't know. I mean, I'm taking the Texans.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably take the Texans too, just because of Jacoby's. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'll take the Texans.
You're taking the Texans?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, big one always comes down to like the last week of the season, the NFC East. I got the Cowboys winning this division in a tiebreaker over the Eagles. I think they have the same record, but I think Dallas beats them twice. I think Dallas is going to go into Philly and smack them.
You think? In Philly?
Smack them.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the Cowboys, but
I think they're going to do exactly.
I think they're going to win their division also. I mean, I think Philly has a shot, but
I mean, I'm not.
yeah, I mean, I'm not fully counting them out.
I think
at all,
that
but
it's going to be tied, but due to the tiebreaker, I think that the Cowboys are going to come out on top of that division, and Eagle fans are going to cry and bitch and moan, which will be hysterical.
That's never happened before.
Yeah, definitely never. All right. Next up, we have the NFC West.
Oh.
Your division.
Yeah, I mean, we already just talked about it. It's going to be between the 49ers and the Seahawks,
Yep.
I think. And honestly, I think that last game could very well decide it. So I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks because obviously that's my squad. And,
As you should.
I mean, if it's going to be that much of a hands up, I may as well. But, I mean, both teams are very well in the race, obviously, for it. But
Do you want to hear my input?
yeah.
49ers are going to take this division. I think that their defense is better overall. They have a run game. Not that the Seahawks don't. But it's something about these 49ers where I think they're going to be very, very good all year, and then they're going to get to the playoffs and choke.
Yeah.
They could honestly see the Seahawks again in the second round if the Seahawks will get a wild card, which I think they will.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Niners. You're taking the Hawks. That one's just going to be so fucking fun to watch at the end of the year.
It's so sick.
All right, moving on. NFC North. Oh, shit. You go first. I don't know who to take on this one yet.
I mean, I think it's gonna be the Packers. I don't know. I think it's gonna be the Packers. I mean, if I want to say the Vikings too, they have a very good shot. I think this is kind of like the Seahawks 49ers debate.
Come down.
It's gonna
come down to the end.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to the end. I mean, they obviously still have to do well in the rest of their season. The
Yeah.
season's not over yet, obviously. So, but I think if they both do well, then we could also still see like a
End of the year, a little tiebreaker. Who
Yeah.
wins it? I like the Vikings for one reason. Their defense. Their defense is better. I think the Packers' defense is good, but I think
Yeah.
the Vikings' D is a little better. And it's going to be it's going to go down to the wire, and I just think that the Vikings defense is going to get them that conference or division title.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But, I mean, who really knows? Excited to see that one go down. The NFC is way better than the AFC this year.
Way better.
Which is kind of nice because the Steelers are 5-4 and sitting in a wild card, which is tough. And I think the worst team in the wild card in the NFC is 7-3. It's the Vikings. So that I'm excited to see all the things in the NFC unravel. NFC South, I think last game was a fluke. Saints got that shit on lock. But you never know. The Panthers, I mean, they're 2 games back. But
I don't
Drew
know. I think
Brees,
the Saints kind of got
the
that one.
revenge tour for the Saints. Kamara is going to be back fully healthy in a week or 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already back, but he's not fully healthy. And then, so let's say AFC wildcard teams. Who are you thinking? Because I'm thinking Steelers, Colts. Steelers, Colts. Actually, no. Steelers, Raiders.
Raiders?
Raiders.
It's interesting.
Who do you think?
I was going to say Steelers, Colts.
Steelers, Colts.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Raiders is a very bold call.
Hey. Knock if you're winning.
knew
You
it.
knocked, motherfucker. You knocked. So, all right.
Nah.
Next up, NFC wildcard teams.
I'm going to say the 49ers and the Vikings.
49ers, Vikings.
Yeah.
Seahawks. Packers.
Just the opposite, yeah.
Yep, just the opposite. Because fuck you, I'm kidding. All right, that is all the time we have today for In the Trenches. We want to thank you for coming out, or not coming out. Thank you for watching, staying in your bed, putting it up on YouTube. We appreciate all the support.
Real quick shout out to WizWire, you know what it be.
You know what it is. I had the best glass today. That shit was money.
Right, come on.
All right, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good one.